You said what?
I said I'm realizing that you can probably see me.
Facts. And I can see myself also. You just set the timer. It's 23 hours. All right, welcome to episode volume 7 of Narratives in Focus. I got my dean right here, Jai Robinson. Appreciate you for being here. Well, actually, I'm here in his area. This is his dance studio, a dance studio. Yeah, so let's get straight into it. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what's your narrative?
My name is Jai Robinson. I'm from Buffalo, New York. And my narrative is basically using my God-given talent of dance and my leadership skills to entertain, inspire, spread love, and connect with people.
Yeah. Well, since we're actually in here right now, dance studio, tell us how you got into dance. Yeah.
I was raised in a very musical household. Like my dad, he was making music a little bit growing up, like R&B and rap and stuff like that. So he's always blasting music. My mom sang, she was in the choir, things like multiple choirs. And I just remember my house being filled with music. And there's actually like a VCR tape of me when I was a baby and my little playpen, and my dad is playing one of his songs. And I'm like bouncing as a baby. So my parents always told me I could dance before I walk. Like videos like that of me just like moving. And as I got older, they like, he danced a little bit better than a baby should be dancing. So it's really been since I've been young. And then the way I got into like dance studios and competitions, I was going to battles with my cousin Xavier. I always wanted to say I wanted to dance like him. Like he was going to these battles in Buffalo called Battle at Buffalo. Yeah. And I was battling, and it was right after Michael Jackson had passed. And I remember there was this white lady, like she wasn't dressed as Michael Jackson, but she had like a Michael hat on. I don't remember if she had a glove, but she was judging the battle. Yeah. And then I remember she came up to me after the battle and was telling me like she's a huge Michael fan and things like that. And she invited me to her and her husband's dance studio to come take class for tuition for free. Oh, wow. They gave me the Michael Jackson scholarship. And I trained there from like 8 to 18.
Damn. Now you got to USC with that scholarship?
Oh, that was the scholarship to their studio.
Oh, okay.
Because dancing at a studio is very expensive. But yeah, that was, and then they actually helped me. Like I got a recommendation letter from Joe Tremaine, who was on the board at USC Kaufman, and he was one of the he is the guy over the Tremaine convention, which I used to work on, and he gave me my recommendation letter through them, and that's how I got to USC.
You said she was dressed like Michael Jackson?
She wasn't necessarily dressed like Michael Jackson, but she had on the hat and a little bit of MJ swag, because she's her and her husband are diehard MJ fans, so
that's cool.
Yeah, he's a big inspiration for our studio.
Now I was trying to envision that, but I was like, it might not be too hard for a white lady to dress like him in the later days. But yeah, I mean, I feel like this is an obvious question, but you can't really have. Well, you correct me, but is it true that like you can't really have dance without music? It's like they go hand in hand perfectly?
Yeah, I believe in the way that I was trained is that the music is everything. Like our bodies are physical instruments. So we are embodying the music. You are listening to the music, but then when you see us dance, you're seeing the music. Nowadays, there's all different styles and types of dance. So there are people that dance to no music, people that dance to sounds or like stuff like that, which is all valid, it's all still dance, it's all still beautiful. But the way I was trained and the way that I get into dance is it's all about the music. Yeah. If it doesn't match the music, it doesn't make sense to me.
How do you feel about, did you watch the breakdance at the Olympics?
I watched.
They have it.
Yeah.
They had it now. Right, that was the first year?
I watched it, when it happened. I think that was a great step for dance. There were some things about it that I wish didn't happen or weren't seen, but I think that was a great step in the direction. Like growing up and having to explain to people that how physical dance actually is, and that it is a sport, and that So I think it was great to see it in the Olympics. Yeah.
Now seeing you and Trayvon's strength, I'm like, that's how I know you gotta be strong. It's like, I mean, when I think of it as gymnast, where like you use your whole body, so you really gotta be strong in all parts of your body.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Would you would you do the Olympics if they asked and for whatever? Well, I don't even. Yeah.
Well, if it was breakdancing, probably not. That's what I started in. When I was 6 years old, I started in 6 or 7. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Whoa.
How old are you?
Working with them kids, man. But I was taking a breakdancing class, and my mom and like some of my cousins would come watch, and it would be like, "Oh, this not for you. Your head too big." Because every time we try to do something, my head would just hit the floor. I got a pretty big dome.
Crazy. That's crazy. What? Yeah, actually, the first time I danced a little bit in elementary school. We did like ballroom dance, salsa.
Oh, okay.
But then since that, it was strolling. That was like the first time I get it back. So it was years. That's why
the salsa footwork that can help you with your ride out. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. That's I'm going back into retirement already, but I did a little bit. But what would you say is your favorite part of dancing?
My favorite what?
Your favorite part of dance.
My favorite part of dance. I'll say the way it makes me feel. I think that I use dance as an outlet, if anything, like before using it to entertain and like when it's just for me, it's about how it feels. It's about, like I said, connecting to the music. It's about getting any emotions out, or sometimes, just having a good time. But the way it makes me feel is, I think, my favorite part about it.
Yeah. Now that's perfect, because that's a perfect, well, I was gonna ask you, what emotions do you feel when you're dancing?
Honestly, it really depends on what I'm dancing to or what's the story or meaning behind what I'm dancing. But I think some examples I think of are like dancing, like my boss / big brother / mentor who I work with, he's from Buffalo as well. He's mentor to me growing up. But when I dance with him on the stage and we just having a good time, or I think about the times where I was growing up and me and my cousin and him on the stage, like that brings me so much joy.
Yeah.
Or the times where I'm going through something. The other day, I was going through something, I heard a song, I'm like, oh wow, I haven't heard that song in a long time, I love that song. I just put it on my speaker in my room. I have a big mirror in my room. I just started dancing to myself in the mirror just to see what emotions would come up. I started crying. Because I just felt something and I had to get that emotion out, but dance was my way to get that out. So I just, whatever I'm feeling is going to come out in dance.
Now that's so interesting. Because the way I let stuff out is journaling, and dancing is like it's a physical way of letting it out, that energy. That's crazy. And that freestyle, you said you just played the music and then started dancing, just whatever came to you?
Yeah, literally, bro. I heard the song, and it was like I think James Brown did a version of the song, but it was just like an older song. And I remember I was thinking about my grandparents at the time too. So I had put on the song and I literally just started moving. And then as the song was 12 minutes long. So as the song progressed and changed, I started dancing more full out. And then my chest started to get a little tight. And I'm like, what's this feeling? So I kept dancing. I'm like, I got to get this feeling out. And then I was dancing. I said, whoa, okay, something's happening. Like my soul needs something real quick. So I just kept dancing until I was out of breath and crying, bro. And literally, I don't know what I was feeling. I don't know what emotion needed. I wasn't sad or nothing going about my day, but something in my soul needed to come out, and that's how I get it out.
Now that's deep. That's got to be something subconscious versus.
Oh, for sure.
To
me, it's spiritual. That's my soul. You see the movie Sinners, bro?
I have.
That one scene, you know what scene I'm talking about? When it was in the juke joint and everything.
All the chords.
Bro, I bawled at that part because that's how I feel when I dance. I feel connected. That was one of those. And literally the other day, I just had that moment. I was like, wow.
Yeah. See, that's I don't have any real background in dance, but I can appreciate that scene. Yeah. And I could try to imagine how you actually felt in that. That's a lot.
That really encapsulates how that's a word.
And it is. I'd be saying the same thing. I'm like, is that a word?
But yeah, that
encapsulates
how I feel. That scene right there.
Nah, that was a good movie. Did they win? What award?
I don't know if they won anything. I've seen that movie 4 times though.
Yeah.
I saw it 3 times in the theaters, and then I watched it
it's one of the best movies. You saw it at the award show.
We can't have nothing, man.
Bro,
we can't have nothing.
All right, I won't get into that.
Yeah. I don't want to get canceled on here.
Yeah. Would you? Let me see. So when you were, for that moment specifically, when you were, when that dance kind of made you cry, at the end, how did you feel? Like, did you feel like relieved? Like
I felt
like a weight was lifted, or?
absolutely. It's just like I felt relieved, but I was a little confused because I'm like I wasn't actually like sad in that moment. So I'm like, where was it coming from? Where I needed that release? But I felt relieved. I was like, I needed some sort of release, and then I called my mom. And I told her, I'm like, I don't know what just happened, but I just put on this song. I started dancing. She was like, your soul needed that release. And I just left it at that. I'm like, okay.
Mom always knows.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, okay, I just needed that.
Yeah.
I just needed that. And that's what it was.
Yeah. When you, how do you, okay. What do you try to communicate, like, when you do choreography to me? Like, are there certain things that you're trying to communicate, if it's emotions or stories? It's
stories. I think it's never really one specific story. I usually, like I said, the music is a big thing for me. So if the music is telling a story, I'm usually gonna choreograph to that story. But then if the music doesn't have like lyrics or like a set story, I'll make one up.
Yeah.
And then that's what I want to convey. Growing up, the studio I told you is called Future Dance, and we won a lot of awards and a lot of competitions, but we were always told it wasn't about that. It was about the storytelling. It was about the entertainment. It was about inspiring people. And that's what I try to do in my choreography. I just want you to feel something when you watch it. So I might not have a specific story, but you're gonna feel something. You're gonna be entertained. Something's gonna spark inside of you, and that's all I want when I choreograph.
Do you have any like videos that I could like link in the description to? Well, if you would want, first of all, but
I would just link my IG. That's where all my reels are at. But I don't have any. You know what? I'm gonna start working on that like a work,
like a catalog,
or just something I could put out. That's like my work for real. But a lot of stuff I have out right now is just me dancing.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of my work out there. I did just choreograph a musical a little while ago, but I was telling the story there. That wasn't my story, but that was something I had to choreograph.
I actually have something that just came to mind. Was it a Broadway that you were on for The Lion King?
Lion King, that was the Hollywood Bowl 30th anniversary of The Lion King, yeah.
Like, how are those experiences when you do like specific events like that? Or that one specifically?
That one specifically, that was amazing. Like, everybody grew up watching The Lion King. So to be a part of that, I got to dance and work with the Broadway dancers from the Lion King show, some of the original singers and actors from the Lion King. Like, it was just such a surreal experience. And then to be performing at the Hollywood Bowl, which is a huge venue in LA, that was crazy. But then Jamal and Kai and Will and Asi and like everybody that was choreographing and working, there was like over 50 dancers, like so many dancers, and everybody was just like a family, like the entire time, from the first rehearsal to the last show. Like, it was familial vibes. Like, everybody was so nice, and we all worked together so well. It was really beautiful.
How much time goes into something like that?
A lot. Like,
I can't imagine.
Sometimes the choreographers will have choreography prepared. Sometimes you come in a rehearsal and they're making it as they're teaching it, and then you got to record it, show it to the producers or directors or whoever's over the show. They have to approve it or want changes, and then they come back either after a break or the next day, brand new choreography, like over and over again. We had to go for fittings. Like, you saw me in an elephant costume. I had to get an elephant costume.
That's what came to mind when I was thinking about The Lion King. Because when you posted a TikTok, right?
Yeah,
it went viral.
It went viral, bro. An elephant costume, hyena costume, meerkat costume, like a village person ancestor costume. Like, that, all those fittings, that goes into your work time too. So it's like, it's a lot of time, but
that's a lot.
When you're enjoying yourself, it doesn't really feel like work. You know what I'm saying?
Did I ever tell you that my, what do you tap dance?
Yeah, I do tap dance.
That's what my dad used to play.
Yes, you did. I'm pretty sure I talked to him about that. Because we were clearing out my grandmother's garage, I think last month, and I saw his like shoes and the stuff from, well, no, he didn't do Broadway, but he was like right below it, I think. But like an off-Broadway show. I mean,
that looks
all
hard.
that acting he doing, I'm sure he got to have a couple dance moves in there.
Okay, but this is like my last, about dance. I actually did want to ask this. I feel like because you went to USC for dance, I feel like a lot of art degrees sometimes get a bad rap. So how would you say your experience was going to USC to study dance?
I think overall it was good because USC Kaufman is one of the biggest schools for dance that you can go to. So when you tell other dancers that you went to USC for dance, they're like, "Oh my God, you must be amazing."
Yeah.
But then when you tell, we call them regular people.
That's what I'm trying to address.
When you talk to regular people, when you tell them like, "Oh yeah, I went to USC," they're like, "Oh, what'd you go for?" And you be like, "Dance." It's not necessarily like, "Oh," but it's just like, it's something they wouldn't expect that.
Yeah.
You know, especially you see the way I look. They weren't expecting me to be doing ballet at 8 a.m. You know, so I don't ever think that I got a negative response from it, but it was definitely, people were definitely confused or surprised that, but if you know me, you already know I dance. So it was really just new people that were getting to know me. But my experience it was great. I was the 5th class. So they did listen to the students a lot. So because they had a lot of stuff that they were still working out. But yeah, I had a good time there.
Yeah, that's good. Cause I feel like, I've never really heard from, I guess, your guys' point of view, because I'm the regular people who's on the outside, so I want to see that. Because I know it has to be like a very valuable feeling, especially at USC.
Yeah.
So yeah. But let's see, so you're from Buffalo, New York.
Yes, sir.
So how was it growing up there?
I'm from the east side of Buffalo. Buffalo is very segregated. I haven't lived there since I was 18, but I can tell you right now, east side is probably all black people still. The west side is probably immigrants from everywhere. North side is rich white people. South side is poor white people. You go a little more south, you're in the suburbs. And it's been like that. So I'm from the east side. I didn't grow up in the worst part, but I didn't grow up in the best part either. I lived in the hood, you know, but it wasn't the worst part to grow up in. And then my parents, especially my mom, did a really good job of making sure that I was in diverse spaces. Like I went to charter and private schools. I was in enrichment programs. I went to dance. And my sister too. Like they made sure that we didn't become products of our environment, even though, like I said, it wasn't the worst.
Yeah.
It wasn't that great. But it was great though. Buffalo is very diverse, even though it is segregated, but I was able to go into those different spaces and experience different kind of people. So I feel like growing up, now being an adult, people always ask me, how do I do so well with so many different groups of people? Is because that's where I grew up. I didn't have a choice. Like I was around a whole bunch of different people. I think that really prepared me. And yeah, it was good food. I love Buffalo got some of them. And not just because I'm from there, Buffalo has some of the best food in the US. And I've traveled a lot. I travel every weekend for work. And no food like Buffalo.
Where is, because I haven't heard that. But well, I don't know any people from Buffalo. So, but what is some of the best food in Buffalo then?
Obviously the wings. Buffalo wings. Actually,
makes sense.
The co-owner of the studio that we're in right now, as mentioned, he's from Buffalo, New York, and his family is one of the families that lays claim to creating the Buffalo wings.
Damn.
But yeah, Buffalo wings, pizza. People always think, when I say I'm from Buffalo, New York, they always just think New York City, and they always, oh, you must like pizza. I love pizza, but Buffalo pizza, not New York. Difference? New York pizza tends to be like flatter. And then I like thicker pizza. Like Buffalo's pizzas are usually a little bit more thick. And it's just better. I don't even know, like.
I'm about to try it.
It's just better.
Wait, how far is Buffalo from New York City?
About a 45 to an hour flight.
Okay.
And then maybe like 5 to 7 hour drive, depending on where you're going.
Damn.
Yeah, it's not as close as people think. It's closer to Canada. Sometimes people call me like South Canadian.
South Canadian?
Because I'm like,
Have you been to Canada?
I used to go every year for dance. Well, yeah, it's right. We used to go to Toronto. It took us 2 hours.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
How's Toronto? Because I've flown into Canada, but I've never been.
Toronto, I haven't been in a while, but when I used to go, it just remind me of like Canada NYC. Like
that's what I've heard actually.
That's what a lot of big cities look like. I always think they look like New York.
Yeah.
It just looked like Canadian New York.
You think Buffalo Bills ever gonna win the Super Bowl?
Bro, every single year I say Bills to the bowl, and every single year they don't always make it. But I'm gonna say it every year because you can't be from Buffalo and not be a Bills fan. That's just how that works.
Yeah.
If you're from Buffalo and you're not a Bills fan, you're not really from Buffalo.
So how do you feel about the state of the team right now? Or like Josh Allen?
So here's the thing. I don't know shit about sports. I don't know nothing about sports. All I know, Bills to the bowl. Bills to the bowl every year. That's all I got. I'll go to a tailgate on my Buffalo people. I'll jump through a table, but that's all I got.
That's fair.
That's all I got.
Well, from my point of view, then, because I do watch and I play fantasy football. You know what fantasy football is?
Yeah.
You should play it with us. We got it. Well, actually, never mind.
No, I should.
Never
I don't know nothing about.
We got
sports.
money in that league. Yeah, it's tough because y'all are like so good, but like always like just miss right at the end.
Right at the end. That's I do know that too. We be getting so close. I'm like, damn, what happened?
Yeah. Maybe next year.
No, for sure next year.
You said that last year.
Say that every day in the year.
Fuck. Okay, but if I'm in Buffalo for 24 hours, what are 3 things that I gotta do or try?
This is not gonna go for all Buffalo people, but it's gonna go for me specifically.
Okay.
You gotta go to Buffalo's Golden Corner on Delavan and Jefferson. I used to work there. It's a corner store. Some of the best food in Buffalo: hoagies, wings.
Wings, okay.
But mostly like for their subs, their hoagies, their cold subs, hot sub. There. If you want to go out, you gotta hit up Chippewa. It's a city, not a city. It's a street downtown, bars, clubs.
It sound like never mind. Go ahead.
And then what you gonna say? It sound like?
Sound like a Native American.
Buffalo is also full of Native Americans.
Okay, yeah.
But you gotta hit up Chippewa. And then if you want to do something like artistic or you want to see some arts, I would go to the Elmwood area or Allen area. A lot of art around that area, a lot of things to do. But those are, eat at Buffalo's Golden Corner at night, go on Chippewa bar, hop, and then go do some art or see something in the Elmwood or Allen area.
Yeah.
But the Native American, we got Skajakwita.
You got what?
Skajakwita, Seneca, Chippewa, Cheektowaga. Like, it's a lot of Native Americans.
Those are like territories or?
Those are like street names or like city names,
okay.
but those are, they're paying, homage to Native American.
You spoke about the breakdown of Buffalo. Why do you think it's like that way segregated? Is it just like historical?
To be honest, it's been like that my whole life. Like even before that, you can literally see there's a street called there's Main Street and there's East Ferry. But I live off of, I ain't gonna tell you where I live off of. But I live off of one of those streets.
I'm gonna go walk around try to knock door to door.
But one side you can see where it changes from like the black side to like the non-black side because literally it's, I won't say run down, but it's not as well taken care of on the side. You pass literally one street, potholes are gone. The houses are better taken care of. The restaurants and buildings are better taken care of. Literally one street over. I don't know why. Well, I know why it's like that. Racism, but gentrification.
Where's the elephant, bro? Elephant in the room.
But it's racism and gentrification. But it's been like that my whole life. I do think that it might be getting better. At least I know the culture. The culture has always been very rich in Buffalo. The talent has always been very rich. But I don't know how much the mixing of cultures and things like that. I don't know how that's been going. I don't live there anymore. But
Now I was gonna ask 2 scenarios. If you as a kid walked into their neighborhood however many years ago, and you now, like, how would the experience be, I guess? Like, is it...
Like the difference between back then and now? Back then, my neighborhood was very lively. Like, especially during the summer, every day, kids out there playing. Like, the guys playing basketball or football, the girls hanging out, chit-chatting or whatever. We play football, basketball. Sometimes we'll all play tag or something. But like it was always lively on my street. I remember that growing up. Even my cousins would come over. Like everybody's outside playing. Very colorful. I just remember like all the houses are different colors. People took care of their lawns. I got a neighbor, Mr. Reese. he used to always yell from his window, like, get off my grass. Like, he took care of we had a rose bush in front of my house. Like, we still do, but it's not, my grandfather used to take care of it. But I just remember everything just being so colorful. Everybody was, taking care of their houses, kids playing outside all the time. We used to have parties and this and that and the third. And then now, neighbors are friendly. We'll talk, say hi, whatever, but you don't see no kids outside playing. Rarely. Houses kind of falling apart because the people that own them or the people that were taking care of them are probably passed now, or they left them to their kids and their kids probably not, everybody, young niggas and young hoes. No, they still there. They just the grandfather in the house that was fixing up the roof is, now a young nigga that sells drugs. So he's not fixing the roof. So like the house is kind of, but then you'll see some random like white person that lived down the street, or like some Middle Easterns bought the house down. Like it used to be just black, but like now it's just like you see a little gentrification starting to happen. It's not as colorful. It's not as playful.
I lived in my house for. I'm not gonna get my location either.
I know where he lived though.
I've been there for probably 12 years now. But my dad he lived across the street when he was a kid.
Oh, okay.
Like when the riots was happening before that. Like then it was.
Y'all been had money.
Okay, but we. No, bro. He was with she was a single mother. Like they didn't really have. Well, the money came from him when he was a child actor. So he was really supporting the house at a young age. All that to say, when he was living there, it was much more. Baldwin Hills was like the Black Beverly Hills. That's what they call it. Now I see white people, Asian people, anybody walking down the street at midnight. I'm like, what are we doing? But that's just how it is now. And still, La Brea?
Yeah.
When you cross that street, never mind.
I was about to say, La Brea? Yeah, I do.
Okay, well. It's one of those streets, when you cross that street, it's like a whole different world.
Yeah.
So, I definitely, I can imagine that and envision it.
It's crazy.
Okay, so we've spoken about dance quite a bit, and you brought up the scene in Centers when it was all those cultures dancing in the barn, right? It was a barn.
Yeah, the juke joint.
Juke joint, How would you say that music and dance connects us across all cultures?
I think I know it more now than I did growing up. Like I mentioned before, I was around a lot of different cultures growing up. But now that I travel every weekend for work, going to different states, I see a lot of different kids from a lot of different places. And sometimes they don't even speak English. Like we have a lot of cities where they just only speak Spanish. But at the end of the day, if we can't communicate with our words, by the end of that hour or 45 minutes, they know the combo that we're teaching them. And they're able to express whatever emotion you're supposed to express while they're doing that dance. And I think that, dance is a way of communication that supersedes language. Like, you may not be able to understand what I'm saying, but you can understand my movements, or you can understand what emotion I'm conveying through my movements. And that's the same thing with music. I feel like you listen to songs, you may not be able to understand the lyrics, but that feeling that you get when you listen to that song, or the general emotion or energy from that song, is gonna make you feel some type of way, and then you'll understand what it's supposed to mean. And I think, it's really the feeling and the energy behind it is what connects people.
No, I would agree with that. Actually, yesterday, it's a shout out to Titus and his girlfriend. We were at the Crimson Cream pageant. Did you help choreography for that?
No,
did you see
I saw a clip of it. I ain't know Titus could dance. Shout out Titus.
That was insane. We're not gonna get into why he got third place in the event, but
I voted off of 3 Gmail accounts.
He won that shit right then and there. It was insane. But all that to say, like when he was dancing, I could just feel like it was like damn, this is like a beautiful segment, piece, whatever you want to call it, a movement of just two people together. I don't know language. You good.
But
you know what I mean? Like it's that feeling. It's that feeling.
Like I said, I understand what you're saying, but you don't gotta say it.
Exactly. Yeah. So shout out them. But yeah, you also recently just got back from Nigeria.
Yeah.
How was the experience there in the culture?
The culture, I would say it was a little bit of a culture shock. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I was expecting to go to Africa and be like, or Nigeria specifically, because
Was that your first time in Africa?
yeah, most of us are Nigerian.
Yeah.
Most black people are Nigerian. So I was expecting to go there and just feel like some sort of like ancestral connection and that.
Yeah, even
Which
go ahead.
I feel like I eventually did, or like especially leaving and like thinking about my trip. But it was just a culture shock. Like it felt like no other place. I've traveled a lot, but it still felt like, whoa, this is different than the way that they talk to each other. It's a little crazy because it's so intense. And like if you were in America and you talk to somebody the way that they talk to each other there, a fight would break out. Like there's really like direct, sometimes a little snappy, like it's crazy. Yeah. I'm just thinking about all the stuff that I heard there, like
what?
Arguing with the police, like arguing with each other, like the traffic, the way that they drive. I would crash immediately if I got but it was just such, but I saw beautiful sides of the culture too, because I got to go to a wedding, I got to go to a birthday, I got to go to their Christmas celebrations, like New Year's celebrations. I was also there during December, which is like concerts and parties and things like that. So, but it was so different. The only thing that was kind of the same, like the club culture was a little bit, I felt like, oh, I'm like in LA a little bit, but they just playing Afro beats all night. But other than that, the food, like everything was, I felt like, this was one of the first times I felt like, wow, I've never seen anything like this before.
You said you were out there for a birthday and a wedding. Were you out there for family? Or
my friend invited me. My friend, her family's from there, shout out Dara. Her aunt was getting married, her other aunt had a birthday. It's just Christmas time, December, all the parties and the concerts and the shows and stuff like that. So she was like, pay for the flights, we got you and everything else, come down.
That's enough said right there.
I said, I'll be there. See ya.
Yeah.
I went to London for the first time.
You went there too.
And then that was my layover. First time there. First like 10-hour flight. Like it was a great experience.
Oh, that was your first like long 10 hour. How'd you get through it?
Sleep. That's one thing about me. I fly so much. As soon as we take it off, I say my little prayer. All right, good night.
Same, yeah.
And I go to sleep. I'll wake up, eat a little bit, go back to sleep. I'll be downloading like 20 episodes, don't watch nothing. I just sleep the whole time.
Facts. I'll sleep and I'll just miraculously wake up when the Biscoff cookies come in. I'll be like, yep, that's my time.
But it'd be the worst when I wake up and they pass me or it's already over.
I'll be like, bro, why you ain't...
What? Why nobody wake me up?
Yeah. Are you an aisle seat or window?
Window. I got a big ass head. So when I sit in the aisle seats, I be dozing off. The other weekend I was in the aisle seat and they came down with the snack cart. I said, oh shit. Oh, okay. So I gotta have window.
That's bad. I like window because I can sit for a while on a plane and not get up. Like on a 12-hour flight, I'll get up once.
I'll just sleep the whole. I'll sleep the whole 12 hours.
That's a little crazy. But yeah, when I'm on the aisle, because I like to sit like this. They'll be kicking my leg while I'm sleeping. I'm like,
I can't do the aisle.
But anything but the middle.
Middle's the worst unless you know the person in the window or you know both people. Because if you know both people, then you can still. I'm a cuddler, so if I know the person next to me, hey, I'll let you know while we're boarding. I'm about to lay on you.
Shout out my mom. She'll usually sit in the middle.
Yeah.
And then me and my brothers on the outside.
My mom used to do that too. I haven't phone with her in a minute though. That's crazy.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, as I said earlier, that's my dean. I'm actually wearing, usually I don't wear my clothes because I want it to be centered toward them, but this is my dean, so I wouldn't be wearing this without him. So I appreciate you for that. Also, this should come out in a few days. So.
Yeah, I can't wait. I was going to wear my foreign narrative, but you know, whoa. Noobs tap in.
Members only.
Noobs,
members only. But yeah, so tell us what originally drew you to join the fraternity.
Yeah, my mom is a Zeta. I have some uncles and cousins that are Qs and Alphas and Noops and things like that. So I wasn't a stranger to Greek life. And growing up, obviously, only a few people know this about me, I'm not gonna lie, but my mom wanted me to be a Sigma. Obviously, she's a Zeta. So my sister was in all their youth programs. She was trying to put me in the Sigma youth programs and stuff like that. Yeah. And, no offense to the Sigmas or anything like that. But wasn't for me.
Yeah.
It just wasn't for me. It wasn't my vibe. As I got older, I thought about going to college and things like that. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll tap back into Greek life. So I started doing some more research, and I just really found myself gravitating towards the noops. As I got through high school, people told me like, oh, I could see you being a noop, or I could see you being a Q or alpha or something like that. They never said Sigma. But then, as I did more research for myself, I had my cousins. They wanted to be Qs. Their father was a Q. And I was like, nah, I don't think that's me either. Like, I just really saw myself being a noop. And then my freshman year, those were the people that greeted me on campus and helped me move into Somerville, the all-black floor. It was my dean and then his LB. So they really inspired me. I was like, okay, that's the first people I met. And then I went to their events. It was hosting cookouts and events for black people and just like doing stuff for the community. And I looked on the stuff that they used to do in the past. I'm like, okay, this is something that I really align with. And to give it the opportunity, I want to join. And then COVID hit. So I wasn't able, I was a first semester freshman. And then by the time second semester rolled around, COVID hit, so I couldn't join. And then I didn't come back until my junior year. And then, I reached it back out again. It was one noop on the yard. So I was like, okay, I don't even know if this is gonna be a possibility for me. And then ended up coming in with 9 other brothers, you know. So that's how I got involved.
Nah, that's good. You said your dean helped you move in?
Yeah, my dean and his LB, James Carter and Keontae, they were like on campus helping people move in and like greeting everybody. And
Damn, that's a coincidence right there. Actually, when I transferred in to USC, I didn't meet him. I just saw this. Because I was like one of 2 black people there. Saw this one nigga wearing a red hat, whole lot of tattoos, red Jordans. It was Hiram. It was Hiram. And I was like, this nigga gotta be from LA. And then sure enough, I OB my link. So, but there's another coincidence right there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but so you've been in the frat a few years now. How would you say your experience has been?
Yeah, my personal experience has been pretty good. Like, I think I wish I had the opportunity to join a little bit earlier because it was just like my junior year, senior year, that was it. At least for undergrad. So I wish I had more time in undergrad, but I enjoyed myself. I threw parties, I did service. But then I also made a lot of promises in undergrad. So once I graduated, I made sure that I stuck around and I came back and I was able to do things like bring back, BQ Thanksgiving and help with stuff. And I was able to bring in the line and things like that. So the frat is really, you get out what you put in. So if you don't put any work in, you don't do anything in the community or anything with your chapter, you're not gonna get anything out of it. So I feel like I got out what I put in, and that's the advice I would have to you and other brothers. Like, if the more work you put in, the more you'll get out of it.
Yeah, no, definitely. So as I said again, you're my dean. So you know a lot about leading young men. What did that experience kind of teach you about leadership?
Yeah, I have been in a leadership position a lot in my life. I think just being a natural born leader, and then, like I said, being able to connect with different people. But joining the frat and having certain leadership positions, it tested me in a different way, especially like dealing with different people and their different emotions and the way that they think and things like that. Because I think, when you join a brotherhood, you get intimate with people on a level that you usually don't have, So in doing that, I had to relearn how to kind of lead. It was weird, like meeting people where they're at and knowing that, the way that I might teach this might not be the way that you need to learn this. Like, okay, maybe I need to shift how I'm explaining something or,
For sure.
I'm gonna leave that right
there. Nah, that was a very good response.
Thank you.
But what do you think makes a great leader now that you've led in that way and in your prior ways, as you said, as a good leader?
I think it really, the Depends on in what capacity you're leading, but I always think of it like a leader versus a boss. In my mind, when I hear those two words, I feel like the boss is somebody who's sitting over top everybody and just telling people what to do, but they're not really involved. They don't really care about the people that are doing the work. They just want the work to be done. And, you know, like I said, they're not involved. But to me, a leader is working with the people that he's asking to do things. He cares about the people, he or she, they care about the people that they're leading. You know, they're doing work themselves. They're communicating with everybody. Like it's more of a group effort, but this just might be a point person. It's not like I'm better than you or anything like that. It's just, I'm just the one that can help you through something because I might have some prior knowledge or experience, but I'm no different than you.
Yeah, no, definitely. Can you tell us what the Dean Order is?
Yeah. The Dean Order is actually, recently I've coined it as a term. So the Dean Order is just, since I became a dean, it's just an order like when brothers get together and they order food, that just became my order. Like, and the original order was Wingstop, 10-piece hot honey, all flats with a vanilla root beer, light ice.
Light ice.
But now it's just become anything that I order. Like, never mind. I'm gonna tell you. We're gonna cut this right now. But yeah, make sure you cut.
We're gonna cut that. Okay. There's people right outside.
I know they all. You saw them all cuddled up walking.
Yeah, someone had a big ass umbrella walking through. It's looking. Well, now some people use that for the sun to stop the sun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you live around here. You recently bought your first apartment.
Yeah.
How was that like milestone for you or signify? Yeah.
When I first moved into the apartment, it took a while for me to sit in it. Like it didn't feel real because, to be quite honest, I got that apartment because I was going through a breakup. So it was a lot of mixed feelings. Just coming off of living with somebody for like 2 to 3 years to being on my own for the first time. Like I lived with my family my whole life. Then all throughout college, I lived with friends or my best friend or my LB. And then right out of college, I lived with my girlfriend to now being by myself. So sitting in that was like a lot of different emotions. I was sad, I was lonely, but then at the same time, I was grateful and I was happy. Like I never really pictured myself in LA by myself, having my own apartment, no cosigner, no roommates. Like it's all, not to brag, but it's something that I'm proud of. Like,
that's a big
so sitting in that, but then at the same time being like, I know that I love being around people. I'm not in a relationship anymore. So like feeling lonely and so happy at the same time. It was just such an odd feeling. And then like 3 days into living there, apartment flooded.
I remember that.
Yeah. And then my mom just, shout out my mom again, but my mom reminded me like, don't let this set you back. Don't let you think that you don't deserve this or this is not what you're supposed to be doing, because it is. She was like, whether you think it as a test from God or do you think that, you know, the enemy is trying to, you know, stop you for a second, but she was like, just think this setback is a setup for a bigger comeback. And then now after the flood, I've had things in that apartment that I wouldn't have had if I didn't have the flood.
Yeah.
So I'm just really grateful to have my own space, as much as sometimes I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm grateful to have my own space. It's not lost on me how big of an accomplishment it is to have your own space, especially in LA, especially being a dancer. So yeah, I'm very proud that I did that this year.
Yeah, that's a big accomplishment. I'm trying to work my way up to that.
Oh, you'll be there in no time.
But that's powerful about how your mom had you internalize it. That's that motherly love right there.
Oh, for sure.
Right words, right time, all the time.
All the time.
That's really what it is. Yeah.
But that might be soon. So.
All right, we got time limit here. So you were speaking about your own apartment and the new experience living alone. What are ways that you fill that free time?
Sleep. I do sleep. I be sleeping a lot, but I've been recently like decorating my house. I got into a little bit into spirituality. I made an ancestral altar recently.
I saw that.
Yeah, to pay homage to my ancestors and commune with them.
Was that influenced by Nigeria or no? Like your trip in Nigeria?
I think a part of it, like thinking about that feeling of being, you know, in my motherland, the homeland, and things like that, kind of like triggered something in me as well. Yeah, I have some friends that live kind of close by, so I have them over for dinner kind of often, and then literally sometimes just learning to sit with myself, because I'm, like I said, I get my energy from being around other people. I was just in a relationship, like things like that. So now, being just by yourself. So if my day just looks like chilling in the living room, listening to music or reading, or you know, dancing in my room, like filling that time with time by myself. And I still don't think I've gotten used to it. I still don't like it all the way, but it's something that I have to get used to.
Yeah, that's real. One thing my dad would tell me is like, you got to learn to live with yourself, or like enjoy. Well, one, it was kind of like, it's like take yourself on dates, like do things where it's just you, so you can really enjoy that presence. I'm not saying at that, but I do enjoy my time alone. I feel like I feel like I need to be the opposite, where I spend more time with people, especially after living off campus the last 2 years.
Yeah,
I've been away from more so my group. Like I had to make more effort to go out there, but yeah. Let's see. This is a question I ask everybody. What does the human experience mean to you?
The human experience. I think it's the things that connect us. I think it's love. When I think about when I say like the things that connect us, have you ever seen those things on social media where like people post like something they used to do as a child, or like a memory, and then somebody will be like, "Oh my God, me too." Like, I thought that was an original experience. Yeah, like the fact that there's so many things that people do, like no matter the culture, no matter the age, no matter where you are in the world, people have these similar experiences, like because we're all human. Like at the end of the day, we all made up of the same things. We all have the same emotions. We all like things like that. Yeah, that's what I think the human connection is.
Can you think of something that you thought was an original experience and you're like, oh, other people do that too?
The moon following me, like when I was younger, like looking out the window, driving at night, like thinking that the moon is following, or your shadow following you.
What's something?
I feel like there's so many things. Like kids just be doing shit, you know?
Yeah. For me, one that sticks is 'cause I'm a middle child, and the middle child, like
middle child syndrome.
Yeah. So I was like, when I found that out, I couldn't wait to tell my parents. I'm like, see, it's not just me. Everybody going through this. That's definitely one of them. What's another one?
I mean, I guess I was raised as the oldest child for most of my life, so I think I kind of agree with the oldest child syndrome thing too.
Y'all like lab rats, basically.
But me and my sister are so close in age, so well, both of my sisters, but
yeah, that's cool. That's so a random question that it came to mind earlier today, and I actually remembered it, but it's centered around dance. If you could dance with like anybody, anywhere, like who would it be, where would it be, or like walk us through like the ideal scenario.
First question, dead or alive?
Either. So they could be dead.
Okay, if it's dead, obviously I'm going Michael Jackson.
And then do someone alive after, actually.
Okay, so Michael Jackson, even though he hates touring, I would be on tour with him. And I would say, what era? Maybe like Dangerous era, or Bad or Dangerous era, Michael Jackson on tour with him. Because that's what I grew up on. That's what inspired me the most growing up to dance in the first place. So definitely that. And then alive, as controversial as it is, I had to say Chris Brown. I know, but
don't kill him.
Purely for the dance aspect, they dance on that tour. He's an amazing dancer. And just purely for dance, I would have to go him. Or I would go Usher, because Usher still dances, or, back in the day, he used to dance a lot too. So those would be the two, that, at least dance-wise, that I would really want to dance with. Yeah.
That's cool. I actually met well, first of all, did you see that when I was clearing out my grandmother's garage, I found that she had an original Thriller.
Yes, vinyl. I saw that, bro. What?
She had some insane stuff in there.
That's crazy. I'm gonna have to visit the garage.
But yeah, and I played it through. It's like perfect condition.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. So that's just sitting pretty on mine.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not gonna say where. So I'm taking it in my house.
Nah.
Good. Yeah. Wait, damn, I forgot what I was gonna ask. Well, yeah, those are good. Those are two good scenarios. So you said you've traveled a lot. What's a place, like if you couldn't live in America, where would you live?
That's one of my biggest things is I don't see myself settling down to LA, but I'm not going back to Buffalo. I love Buffalo, but I'm not moving back there. So as much traveling as I do, especially throughout the States, I haven't found a space where I feel like, I could see myself living here. And if it was LA, I'd have to be extremely rich to live how I would want to live.
Yeah.
Especially for the rest of my life. So I actually genuinely don't have an answer to that question. But the way that it's looking, probably not America.
Yeah.
The way shit going nowadays.
No, the question was if you could like live anywhere.
Living
in the world. Like,
in the world.
Outside of.
Ooh. Where would I live? Okay, it wouldn't be Belize, but this is just a place that I traveled to that, and the lifestyle would be something like the food was just like straight from the farm. Like I had access to beaches or
bro, it's been everywhere. I've been watching it everywhere.
But like having access to like beaches or like water to be in, like animals, and like it's always sunny, like some place like that. But maybe not Belize specifically, but just somewhere tropical.
Yeah, and I like where your head's at with the Caribbean.
Yeah. Somewhere nice beaches, nice fresh food, stuff like that. Because I just remember being in Belize, I was like, damn, everything tastes good. It just look good. It's sunny every day. I'm chilling like.
What's your favorite Caribbean food?
What have I been eating a lot lately? Oh, she might be coming to cook us.
Yeah, I was looking at the stairs.
The stairs?
I mean, the steps. Go ahead.
My favorite Caribbean food. Oh, I love ackee and saltfish. I love plantains.
I just started liking plantains.
And then, I like maduros or tostones. I tear those up. I would have to go ackee and saltfish though. That's my
Oxtail is my favorite.
I'm not the biggest oxtail fan. Everybody loves oxtail.
Is it because of the bone?
I've actually never really eaten them like that.
Oh, wow.
Like,
yeah, I love them. I can't believe I haven't been. Well, I'm trying to go this week, but I've never been to Teb's.
Bro, I had it for the first time for Will's birthday. 10 out of 10, bro.
I'm about to go.
10 out of 10.
Because we don't really eat soul food here, but when y'all who were not from LA tried it and you're like, oh, this shit's good, I'm like, oh, it must be good.
No, it is.
It's not like LA is not really known for our soul food. So then I was like, okay, if y'all fucking with it, then it must be good.
No, it's good. I found a couple good spots like Tez, and then I posted the next day. I was like, some heavy big back activity. Next day I went to Annie's Soul Kitchen. They got some good soul food too.
I like Hungry Joe's. That's a Jamaican spot.
Oh, okay.
They got good oxtails.
Oh.
Yeah. But okay, so last question. At the end of the day, what impact do you want your narrative to carry?
This is actually something that somebody else said to me one time, and I was like, wow, I want to have that as well. It's like, after everything is said and done, when I'm not here anymore, I want people to remember how I made them feel. Whether that was how I made them feel personally or how my work made them feel. Like, I just want people to remember, that I led with love, and that I always try to put a smile on people's faces. Like, I always try to have a good time. I try to entertain. I try to inspire. I try to make sure that I'm teaching. Like, I just want people to remember that I made them feel good.
Yeah. Well, from firsthand experience, from firsthand experience, the ups and downs, I would say you definitely, at least for me, you always made me feel loved, cared for, and appreciated, and that everything's for a reason. So
I'm glad to hear that, man. I appreciate it.
But yeah, no, I appreciate you, Dean.
Of course. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate you.
That's a wrap.
Yes, sir.